Hello everybody, thank you for tuning in. I want to ask you a question. What is the benefit of rejection, being despised? Is there anything good about rejection? Well, rejection itself is not good, but it positions you in a good place as a believer. If you're a child of God, there are some advantages to being found in the place of rejection and being despised. Now we're going to look at Genesis 29, and we're going to see someone who spent her entire life trying to make her husband love her and accept her. See, this is the story of Leah and Jacob, and of course Rachel was Jacob's other wife. And Jacob was in a sense tricked into marrying Leah. So it was a horrible situation for everyone, and I want us to actually read it because it's very, very powerful. It has so much in it that can help us. So turn with me please to Genesis 29, and we're going to read only one verse. We're going to read verse 31. So Genesis 29, verse 31, and when the Lord saw that Leah was hated, or the more correct translation says unloved. So here's a woman that's married, but her husband doesn't love her. Wow, that's tough. The Lord opened her womb when he saw that she was unloved. He opened her womb, but Rachel, the other wife, remained barren. So Jacob has two wives, Leah and Rachel. Rachel is more beautiful by far than Leah. Both of them are barren, but the Lord sees that Jacob does not love Leah, and he opens her womb. He gives her the gift of conception. Yes, she conceives a child. Okay, that's good, but there's a problem because she says, "Wow, because what I want you to do in your own time is to read the rest of this story. Please, read, as far as probably verse 30, okay, and or just at least to the end of where Leah stops conceiving. Okay, she had more children after Reuben. But I want us to just see something here in verse 32. Leah conceived and bare a son. She called his name Reuben, for she said, "Surely the Lord has looked upon my affliction. Now therefore my husband will love me." Now here is the problem. What I want you to learn from this video is when you find yourself in a place of rejection or not being accepted or being despised, and a gift comes into your life, God gives you something, God honors you, blesses you, provides for you, lifts you up, shows you off in some way, do not misunderstand, do not misappropriate that gift, okay? Why did God give Leah the gift of Reuben? Not so that Jacob will love her, because God gave her many more gifts, and to the end of her life, from as best we can understand, Jacob still didn't love her. So what was the point? No, God, remember John 3:16. God so loved the world that what? He gave his only begotten son. So God's gifts are evidences of his love for us. And he wants us to become attracted to him. Of course your husband or wife should love you. Of course we should have relationships and love with our loved ones, close people to us. Of course. But if it doesn't happen, if you find yourself in a situation where you're not getting the recognition, the acceptance, the approval, the sense of belonging from someone, the love from someone that you think you deserve it from, or that you want it from, or the appreciation, or your boss doesn't value you, or such things, of course you do your best. You present yourself, you ask if it's in the workplace, what can I do better, such things. If it's your husband or wife, ask them what can you do to please them more. But if you've reached a point where you see that nothing will impress this person, but yet you're stuck in that relationship, don't waste your whole life trying to convince this person and twist them. If I can just have one more child, he will love me. If I can just do this, she will fall in love with me. This is a waste of life. It's a wasted life, a frustrated life. No, God wanted Leah to see, I love you, I accept you. You are precious to me. My God. But she spent her whole life, she made her life mission to pursue Jacob's love. Of course, you should try to improve the relationship in your marriage or family or whatever. But that must not be your target for satisfaction. That I'll never be happy, I'll never be satisfied until he loves me. Wrong. No, seek God's approval. And God gives us gifts to show us, I love you. In the scriptures we are told we're accepted in the beloved. God so loved the whole world that he gave. Don't you ever feel that you must have the approval, the appreciation, the compliments of another person, in order to feel like you're somebody. Here's a question, and you can then measure yourself after you answer this question. You can measure yourself against Leah, right? Because, you see, the thing is that she's having all these babies, all these gifts, and she's naming them emotionally. Oh, Reuben, and now my husband will love me. And then she has Simeon, then she has, all the others, and Issachar and all this guy. And she said, oh, now my husband, now, definitely, this is the time that I'll be accepted by this group of people. You get into a dangerous place there, okay? So here's the question I want you to ask yourself. How long can I go without being complimented? How much, as if I'm say as a woman, how many dresses can I wear that are beautiful? How many what fashion styles can I use and hairstyles can I have that, and nobody compliments me, and I will keep going and making myself beautiful for my king, my maker, the one who loves me, the one who died for me. You do a good job at work, you do something great in the community, you sow into the world and you give of your best, and nobody appreciates you, and you go to church and you serve and nobody tells you thank you, nobody even speaks to you. How long will you keep going? One day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year? You should be able to go your whole life and not depend on compliments. Because God says, if you do well, you will be accepted. That's what he said to Cain. But when you're looking for the approval, and you're living like Leah, he must love me, but I must get his love. You fail, you'll be depressed, you live a wasted life. And you'll never focus on your purpose. Your purpose becomes the acceptance of that person.